I just did it.
No, you didn't.
I said, welcome to the Nonsense Hour with Cohen and Adam. And today we will be doing nonsense.
Remember, the producer's not here, but she also likes it when you don't whisper into the mic. Just use your normal voice. Is that something you can do? And can we focus in on the podcast since we are trying to be professionals here? We can talk about this here in a second. But I think reviewing the little manual that came with said toy can wait until we get to that. So, man, welcome to Pod 12. It's Pod 12. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I just don't know.
You don't know what to think about having done 12 of these yet?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so surprised Aiden isn't on here, Mia. You should get on top of that.
Yeah. Well, don't you have Aiden's phone number?
I do.
Well, maybe you should be, playing part producer, part, headliner man of this show and saying, hey, man, you said you'd be on the show.
I'll text him right now. We'll see what he responds. Get like a little live text message moment.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'll go over some things. I want to plug the email. That's thepodnonsense@gmail.com. Again, that's thepodnonsense@gmail.com. Send us an email. Send us your thoughts. Send us a haiku. I really don't care what you send us. Try to keep it somewhat mildly appropriate, although I'm the only one that checks it. But I don't really I also don't want I'm just going to leave it to your discretion, I guess. I don't really care. But yeah, send us an email. Send us something you want us to talk about, or send us a funny meme. What do you think they should send us in the email? Okay, you're not paying attention. And then also check out our YouTube channel. We just got one of Paul's friends just subscribe to our YouTube channel. What do you think about that?
What?
Perfect. I'm glad that we're grabbing your attention right now.
How do you spell didn't? Welcome to the official Nonsense Hour, guys. Don't know how to spell didn't.
Yeah, can you just put that down and we can focus on that later? We should have done that before we started recording if that's really what you're worried about. So yeah, check us out on our YouTube and subscribe, and then just grab anyone's phone near you and go to their YouTube app and find us and subscribe us. I think you can just type in the Nonsense Hour and you should be able to find us. You will also notice when you go on there that not all of our episodes are on there, and that's because I just didn't record them all.
4 episodes.
Well, for a hot minute we were doing every odd number pod I was recording. But the thing is I'm using a borrowed video camera from the University of Oregon for the short amount of time I get to do that. And but yeah, so check us out on YouTube, check us out on our Instagrams, and then also check out our friends podcast that we were just on. What did you think about being on Spent the Rent?
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like it was a little awkward at first, but like I got used to it,
Yeah, we warmed up. We really kind of found our groove there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like the nonsense got its groove back. That's a pun that you probably don't get because of a movie. Can you literally put your phone down, dude? We're like recording. I know that this is important that you send Aiden. And I'm wondering if Aiden, do you watch us on YouTube? Do you listen to us? Are we even subscribed to on your podcast app on your phone? I hear he just got an iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Who did? He did?
That's what Mia said.
Are you serious, Aiden?
Yeah, bud. Can you give us a 5-star review? There's another thing you can do. If you are on Apple, give us that old 5 stars, and then steal your friend's phone, open up their Apple app and give us 5 stars, and then do that to just about anyone you can. Just we want a little bit of clout on on Apple. So how you feeling, man? How's this week been?
It's been pretty good so far.
Good? Yeah. Any lows, any highs?
I had buyer's remorse yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I bought this, and
why don't you talk about that for a sec?
I legit went to Walmart, illegally opened the package to feel them, to make sure it was the mini Uno cards, and I thought it was, and if you're watching the video, there's a mini Stretch Armstrong that sucks. And and that was $5. And then this little mini brand stuff, I spent $5 on that. I spent $10.
We've talked about this before about
stuff.
I told you this was going to happen. Hole. Sometimes you spend money on something that you think you really, really want, and then you realize, I could have probably lived without that.
Oh, Aiden texts back.
He texted back. Can you also put that on like a silent mode or something? But yeah, so we were on Spent the Rent. I think we were episode 49. Patrick, Self-Esteem Boat Willie, thank you for having us. That was a lot of fun. It was nice to see his behind the scenes. And yeah, maybe we should promote. I'll promote all my friends' podcasts. We got Brianna Gagne on You Are Here. Brianna, thank you for listening. And thank you for just having an awesome podcast. I love your podcast. The Nofa show with Chris Gagne and I don't know all your friends' names, but I really like hearing you guys banter about all the new movies or what you guys talk about, everything you talk about. I haven't listened to your guys' Joker episode because I really want to go see it first. And then you guys did a episode about El Camino, and I haven't watched that yet. And I think I have to watch that with Red because he was kind of my Breaking Bad buddy. Do you know me and you probably don't even know what Breaking Bad is. You know what Breaking Bad is?
You've explained it to me once, like in an episode. Didn't you say show. Like it was like all about like when you die and it was like you're in a computer?
No, I think you're thinking about Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah.
And
I've seen it on Netflix though, and you're like,
So yeah, Spent the Rent. I'll put a link in the show notes to the episode that we were on. Please give it a listen. I'm trying to spread the love. Oh, I stopped on the Offbeat Podcast by Matt Baker. I went to school with Matt Baker, and he's got a pretty unusual offbeat podcast that's enjoyable to listen to. And I'll also put a link in the show notes to his show.
Guys, guess what he
what?
Texted back. He said, okay, 25th special.
Oh, he's just delaying the process.
Oh, yes, he is.
Okay, let's put that down for a minute. Let's focus on the pod here, bud. Let's get some juicy content for our listeners. So yeah, and you know, to be honest with you, if it weren't for like the support that
of
Patrick,
me as friends and like.
Oh no, well yeah, I mean they're good. I hope they're enjoying the show and they're not just listening to it to make fun of us. Which the reality is, there are probably people downloading this episode or watching us on YouTube just to make fun of us, and I'm completely fine with that, because the haters will be hating. So let's go through some old business. We talked about Spent the Rent. Emma was just in town. Did you have fun with Emma?
Yes, that was awesome. We have a challenge right now that if you're on your phone when you're with each other, you owe the other person $10. And I almost got on. I almost got on. You were
under an hour on your phone that day, which made me really happy because that's where I try to be every day on my phone is under an hour. And I was explaining to Patrick when we went to his house, like I have no notifications on for any of my social media. And I've actually thought about deleting them all except for Instagram because I really enjoy Instagram, even though like it has its own issues. But whatever, that is what it is. So yeah, it was cool. And what did Uncle Matt give you?
Uncle Matt, he gave me silly string.
Oh. What else did he give you?
I don't know.
He gave you some boxing gloves, man.
Oh, Uncle Matt. I thought you were saying Uncle David. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, he gave me some boxing gloves.
You like that? If you're watching on YouTube, you just witnessed a moment where Dad's had enough, and he threw something out of his kid's hand because he couldn't get over it. Anyways.
So, yeah, he gave me some really nice, like, leather boxing gloves, and it's awesome.
So, what do you think about, like, maybe taking some boxing lessons? You want to do that?
I don't know.
I'll go with you. I actually know a guy that owns a gym that they do boxing, like, once a week. I'll figure out what day it is, but if you want to go do boxing, that'd be kind of fun to do.
Maybe.
Man, maybe is like your favorite answer, and it's like my least favorite answer from you. You know, like I think when we were on Spent the Rent, Patrick asked you like what kind of other creative things you like to do, and you came up with video games, which is there's essentially like, unless like what he said was if it was Minecraft, I guess that would maybe suffice as being creative, but like, are you interested in doing something? Like, I really want to like support you either playing
collect
drums.
Action figures.
No,
That's
dude,
my hobby.
I think you don't understand what the definition of creative is. Like draw, like if you want to take an art class or learn how to.
I'm trying to learn anime right now, like anime drawing, and I learned how to make pretty good eyes, like
Okay, yeah.
Naruto eyes in a way.
Well, I'm just saying, like maybe there's a class or like I purchased Udemy classes. Shout out to Udemy, an unpaid sponsor. But like
Demi?
Udemy's like it's like an app you get on your phone and it teaches you things. Like I got a couple design classes where it teaches me Adobe products. Like I got one for Adobe Illustrator because I wanted to learn design theory on like how to make like those thumbnails on YouTube. So because currently if you are subscribed to us on YouTube, the thumbnail, I just let the generator find a frame from the video and I use that as the thumbnail. And that's not like supposed to be like the catchiest thing to do. And that was another thing. Like Patrick puts a lot of like production into like hyping the show. Like he made that little flyer with us on it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't do anything. Well, right now I don't have the time to do that, but you know, it'd be nice to, once I'm done with school, like maybe focus on something like that. Yeah. It'd be kind of fun to do.
We also got someone that commented on your Instagram and they said we should trademark Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Oh yeah. That was Uncle Josh.
Yeah.
You remember? That's Jackie's wife.
Did you crack your screen protector again?
Yeah, I did. I gotta order a new one.
I'm sorry, that keeps on bothering me. He's cracked that like 5 times.
Yeah, and I still, I send an email to, I'm not going to plug this, Zag. I think it's Zag. They've replaced it 3 times for free. I just have to pay for shipping. So you pay that one-time $40 fee, and then you pay $5 every time you break it, and they send you a brand new one. Which is awesome for me, because apparently now I'm going to have to get a 4th one. You want to talk about the stomach ache you had the other day? The day I picked you up from Grammy's?
Oh yeah, I had a huge stomach ache because I ate so much chocolate and candy. I felt like I was sick all over again, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I also had a big headache.
Yeah, no, I've done this. This is something I think most everyone's done. They usually do it on Halloween or Easter or insert any holiday where people give you way too much friggin' candy. And then in this case, I think I just need to have Grammy like hide the frickin' candy bowl from you because you're like, what is wrong with the little boy? He's got stomach ache. Why is he he looks in pain. Did you eat too much candy?
Never use that voice again. You're gonna offend so
well, I'm
many
trying to work.
people.
I'm just trying to work on stuff.
If you're gonna use a voice, do like an Elmo or Kermit the Frog voice.
I don't. Why is have you watched any of the Muppets?
Yeah.
You have?
I think so.
Which one? Like one of the newer ones with why can't I think of his name?
Do you know Kermit originally came from Sesame Street?
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Didn't you say if I got 5,000 likes on TikTok, you would buy me a legit Kermit the Frog puppet?
Yeah, I did say that. But you want a $300 hand puppet, which I think is a problem. Why don't you...
I want Kermit.
Okay, we'll come back around to that. What else did we just miss? Indigenous Peoples Day? Well, that's what we're calling it now, people. Because I think we can all agree Columbus was... a
booty hole.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of history if you're still calling it Columbus Day. Oh, another old, bringing up old business. Uncle David called me out for kind of talking crap about President Trump, and I think I agree with what he was saying.
Why, does he like Trump?
Well, he's a fan of Trump, and but I think more importantly, what I think the point that he was trying to make was that we always try to support, don't hate. That's kind of our motto here, right? We're always trying to be like good people. And
I told you,
even
he's
if
not
I don't
a bad
agree,
person.
no, I think it's a matter of the news media that I watch, but to sum it up quickly, I can disagree with them, but I don't need to talk crap about them. And I guess I owe an apology to El Jefe Rojo. This one's a shout out to you, buddy.
Daily awareness check-in?
Well, let's go. Hold on. Where did I get through? Yeah, let's talk just real quick. You mentioned a lady at school that works for the school you weren't a big fan of. You don't have to use her name, but you want to talk about that? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, she's just kind of a little annoying.
Yeah.
Like, she keeps on bothering us. I mean, she's nice. She's like,
She's not like beating you or anything.
No, yeah, she's nice. It's just like she always, when I'm lining up for lunch, I don't like second recess. I would prefer to wait in line to be like second or third in line for lunch. But she always says we can't wait in line. So then I started waiting in a line for a line, and then she said I couldn't do that either.
Yeah, you can't even queue up in a line to make sure you get like enough time to eat your school lunch.
Yeah, because like if you're in the middle of the lunch, or like you lose like 5 minutes of lunchtime, which I don't like.
Here's like a little parent note for you. Like sometimes you're going to encounter people like this person whose name we won't use, but are in a position of like somewhat authoritative position.
But she's a nice lady. She's nice. It's just
she annoys you about like her rules about lining up for. Can you not chew on ice cubes either? Like, can you spit that back in the cup? Bro, I'm just telling you, like, people, I think, enjoy, like, listening to us talk. They don't like your constant, like, bodily noises and whatnot. Like, try to cough away from the mic like that or over here.
I actually had a cough, so thank you for...
That's fine. That's fine. But in general, you said it was going good. Do you have a favorite subject at school?
Probably projects. I like doing clay right now. I'm in a clay class.
Yeah, you told me. You mentioned this already. You're making pinch pots or something.
Yeah, pinch pots, stuff like that.
Are they curing? Are they almost done? Maybe we can.
I glazed one thing yesterday.
Yeah.
That was fun. I mean, not yesterday, but a few days ago.
So art is your favorite subject?
No, not really. I like recess.
Recess. Okay. That's not a subject, but I like recess too. I like free time.
Lunch.
And then do you want to talk about the Make-A-Wish thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting a clubhouse bill.
Yeah. So some of you may not know, Cohen recently, back in March, had open heart surgery. And then the Make-A-Wish Foundation, your mom kind of applied you for that and you got approved. And so they're going to make you a boy cave. Like... your own little mini boy cave. I just asked you to stop doing that. Okay. So a local guy at Urban Lumber, his name's Seth. He's the guy that founded and opened Urban Lumber, is going to design and build this thing from you. And I'm going to put a link to his website.
He also knows Uncle David.
Yeah, he knows my friend, Uncle David. But this guy does some amazing stuff with wood. Like, so my sister has a beautiful dining room table made from him. Maybe I can get her to send a picture. What are you listening for, Bud?
Oh, it just seemed like there was like a glitch in the mic, so I was like listening.
That's a glitch in the Matrix, man.
Oh, we should talk about that TikTok I saw where like the guy moved, but in the mirror it's still showing that same face position. Remember when I was telling you about that?
It's an illusion. It's probably an illusion.
There was like a glitch in the Matrix. So this guy, like, here's the, like, that mirror, that like that side little mirror on the outside of your car? Basically, this guy moved his face, but in the mirror, it was like facing towards his face. In the mirror, it still looked like he was in position, but he moved his face.
Yeah.
It was like delayed.
Or he just had some fancy video editing skills and he did it on purpose. Just seriously, dude, I swear like you like to do these things to bother me, which I guess it's an element to the show and it's like testing my patience. So I guess I will get into that. So anyways, thanks to Seth and his family, who we met, his whole family, his wife, his kids. They haven't started the project, but they're going to build you a really cool man cave and we're going to, we'll do a podcast in it. Did you want to do that?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to see if maybe he can build like maybe a little podcast, like side of it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Stop eating ice cubes, dude. Seriously. Stop, please.
Okay.
I'm not, like, you're the only one laughing. Like, I'm having to hear you chew on ice. Trust me, like, people, what do you think people are doing when they listen to this?
In the car.
They're in the car mostly? That might be an interesting thing. If you're listening to this, send another plug to the email. And if you're watching onto the video, I'll do one of those clever things where it's like, hey, look right here. I'm pointing to our email address right here. And I'll put in a fancy graphic because that's what we'll do. So, hey, send an email to this email on how you listen to us. Are you at work? Are you in the bathroom making a number 2, making a stinky? Are you...
That sounds like something you would do, Dad.
Yeah, I'm real productive on the can. But yeah, that would be interesting. Send us that email. And then, not a view on the can though, please. So, oh yeah, the producer got accepted to a sorority.
Sorority, yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you know about sororities? Do you know anything
Grandma
about?
talks about them a lot.
Yeah, what did she say?
Basically, like, just like a dorm, but it's a house, and
Right.
it's not connected to like campus.
And that's all you know?
Kind of.
Yeah, so she is now a Kappa Kappa Gamma girl. Should we give her a call? See if she picks up?
Yeah, why not?
Do you want to call her?
Yeah.
So she's super stoked about that. All for the last week, they participate in what they called Rush. I don't know much about this. I'm a non-traditional student. I did not take part in any of these sort of shenanigans, but Mia is very stoked to do it. And she got accepted into, I think, her number 1 house. Hey!
What's up?
Are you guys filming?
We're on the pod. We're on the pod, and we just said that you are now a Kappa Gamma girl. How's that going for you right now?
It's really good. I can't walk anywhere on campus without running into someone else.
Oh, you got a little cred on campus now, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like people are
got
like
200 Instagram followers from it.
Ooh, feeling that love, huh?
Tell them to follow me too.
Had the first function last night.
Make sure they follow me too.
Try not to bump it into, just hold it like this.
Okay.
So how are you doing? Things are good?
I am doing good. I'm doing homework with Jaden right now.
Oh, how's Jaden doing?
Hi, Jaden.
Jaden's doing good. He's cranking out the math before we get some ice cream.
Okay, where are you guys getting ice cream at? You guys going to Prince Puckler's?
No, we're just gonna go to Hamilton.
Oh, so they just got like one of those
Go
like
to their grab and
dispensers. Okay.
What?
They just have like one of those. Is it like one of those soft serve machines where you get a little cone and you get to like dispense it yourself, or is it just like one of those freezer things you open up and like?
No, it's just like a freezer moment.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we miss you.
We love you.
Aww.
Yeah.
I miss you guys too, and I love you too.
Do you want to maybe try to make it to the house for the next recording?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for picking up.
We
Yeah,
texted
always.
Aiden. Oh, guess what Aiden said? We texted Aiden, and he said, I said, hey, weren't you supposed to be in the 10th episode? Then he said, and then he did like this little shrug.
You did not do that, did you actually?
Yeah. I think he's avoiding.
And then he said 25th
He'll be
special.
on the 25th, which really what he's doing is he's providing false hope. This sounds like false hope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Well, that's pretty exciting.
yeah.
He just was at his homecoming game because he was voted on the homecoming court with Joey.
Cool. All right. Well, we love and miss you. Say hi to Jaden for us, and we'll see you maybe on the next pod. All right. Hang up on her, will you?
Okay, bye,
Love you.
Mia. That was
All right.
a little.
So apparently college is treating the producer well. She's probably having a better college experience than I did, just because mine took so long. Are you that thirsty? You do this every time where you can't go a minute without taking a drink. Are you that thirsty? Like, is it just the fact that we're recording? I swear to God, like I never see you drink this much unless we're recording. And you're laughing because you know it's true. Like you feel it's like a nervous tick. Like I'm gonna stop giving you stuff to drink. So that was cool. That was cool that we checked in with the producer. Do you miss her at all? You miss having sis around in the house?
It depends.
Can you give an example of what
I
it
love her
depends
because
about.
she's she's a memer. The things that I don't miss about her is her sleeping in 12:12 in the afternoon
Yeah.
and being annoying.
Yeah.
But besides that, I love her and she's
Yeah.
awesome, and Gussie is getting depressed.
Right.
So we need to get him like a little vest saying he's a therapy dog and pull him up to campus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. And then again, dude. Seriously, man. Like the ice cubes. I'm just not. This is proven to me that you cannot drink on the pod.
Ice cubes is a source of water that lasts longer in your mouth.
Okay. So just like on Spent the Rent, who sparked some podcasts, our podcast has sparked someone else to want to start a podcast. What do you think about
Really?
that?
Who was that?
Aunt Trish and Tasha, who is her best friend and also one of my very good friends from high school. Do you know who Tasha is?
I have no idea.
Oh man, you are in for a treat.
Do I want to know?
Well, the beauty part is when you get Tasha and Trish, and we're still messing around with ideas for their name of their pod. First, it was going to be Books and Bitches, which I know
That's a good one.
because they wanted to do
one.
a podcast about books, and then I think they want to switch it up, make it maybe possibly a little bit more classy. And I'll have to check my my messages from her to see what they were saying. They wanted to switch it from. Bear with me 1 minute, folks. So they thought about B&B with TNT because it's B&B's about books and booze with Tasha and Trish. You like that? B&B with TNT.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So I've already told them.
Have they listened to this podcast before?
Trisha listens to every episode. She always usually sends.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Trisha. If you're watching on YouTube, and she usually sends us a little note, or what she likes to do is point out something like when I frequently misuse a word, which happens on the reg. It happens all the time. Yeah. So I told them I would produce their show. Like I'll be like what Mia usually did for us, which was like just sit over there.
They would be like, hey, I'm recording a pod in 5. Can you be over?
No, I think they're actually going to come do it in the Casa del Grave studio right here.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah, so here's the other idea that I thought about. You were a real sport today. You had to come spend like 4 hours at my work today, and you did a pretty good job. Did you have a little bit of fun?
It was pretty fun. I liked how you let me pick out the car that we get take to ride home.
So my car, which is a Ford Focus. This is
2014.
Or 15, I don't know. Anyways, it needs some work. The tech or mechanic at our work convinced David that I am not to drive it until it goes to the transmission shop, which means I get to drive home any car on the lot. And Cohen got to pick that car today.
Except the Jeep. He said he didn't want to drive that over the curb.
No, I said that mainly because I knew Uncle David was going to make me wash it if we drove home the Jeep. And so you picked out a 2011 Dodge Charger, and it's a boat. It's a big boat, and and so did you like it? Why did you pick out that car? Was there a reason you picked out that car?
It looked nice.
Yeah, and it is comfy. This is a little boaty for me.
What do you mean by that?
Like it's kind of like compared to my car, which is a compact car, it's just a little bit large.
Remember that one car that you pointed out to me? Remember that one car you pointed out to me? To the right? You were like, hey, why don't you check out this car? And it was a black car.
Oh, yeah. Uncle David ended up having to drive that car home because his car wouldn't start. Remember that? He was like, oh, I got to go jump my car. And he tried to blame it on me that I had maybe left the light on. And then he called me back because he felt some remorse about blaming it on me because he had actually driven it last and it was the starter. But and I'm going to produce their show, the B&B with TNT
that car that he had to drive home, by the way, it smelled like a chain smoker has been living in there for the past.
So the car was probably bought from someone who's just chain smokes the heck out in their car, but like a salesman. I'm picturing a salesman that had a Chrysler 300 that just was on the road doing the sales job and just heffing down smokers, heaters like every 10 minutes. But Yeah, so you picked the Charger. We drove that home. Oh, you want to know what the other title for Tasha and Trish's name for their podcast? They were also thinking books, booze, and boss bitches, which I thought was like the Triple B show. So we're working on that. So they'll promote it, but it sounds like I'm going to I signed myself up to produce a podcast with someone else. And I'm also trying to get Uncle David to be on a podcast or do some sort of show about selling used cars because some of the stuff that happens on that lot and other lots when I've talked to other salesmen.
He sprayed me with silly string 3 times today.
Yeah, we had fun. Like Uncle El Jefe Rojo has got a case of silly string. A case.
Like cases.
He doesn't buy it by the can. In fact, Uncle David doesn't buy anything by a single item.
He buys all of them. He buys the entire
stock.
stock.
He's definitely like, he has that Costco mentality.
Like how you did with camo crackers.
Yeah,
like how you did with camo crackers.
So yeah, his habits have rubbed off onto me a little bit. And the only reason I bought the camo crackers
was because they were awesome.
Well, they are awesome, but I also got them as like something I can torture him with. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm going to take like a whole box of those to work, and I'm going to start fucking with them at work. Oop, said a bad word.
Oops.
Anyways, did you want to talk about Fortnite? There was this new Fortnite update.
Oh yeah, so it was all over the news actually.
You've been geeking about it.
There's this black hole thing, and now season 1, chapter 2 has came out. They've restarted the entire game, and everyone sucks. Like, there's still some gamers out there that are really good, but I don't know why. So I ran into a guy this match today that was jumping into a wall. He was jumping into a wall. And at first I thought he was legit a robot, but now that I think about it, I think he just had bad connection. I think he just had a bad connection.
I don't know. I was watching Cannon play, and there was a dude just staring at a wall, and he literally went right up to him, like feet away from him, and just blasted him in the back of the head.
I know, that happened too. This guy was breaking a bill, and I walked straight up to him, waited there a few seconds, he was just still mining away, and I was like, okay, bud.
Yeah, I think people are just geeking a little bit on it, and they're not realizing. So you've been liking the new update on Fortnite?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've also been playing a little bit of Apex with my friends.
And that's been going good?
Yeah.
Okay, can you stop playing with that?
Sorry. Do you want to do daily awareness check-in?
I got, we'll do a digital wellness check-in here in a second. I got this question that you talked about that I thought was intriguing, and you said that you find it weird to eat at friends' houses. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
It feels awkward.
Like in what sense?
It's just awkward.
Like you don't want them to watch you
eat? Like
new
friend's house. Like it's just awkward.
Like you're just like, hey, thanks for this food. That's actually, I really like that. I'm just going to turn this way and eat the food. Is that what it, like you don't want them to watch you eat?
No, it's just like, it's a little embarrassing to eat at a friend's house. Cause like, what if you don't like it? And you just like, you felt weird
you take a no thank you bite. Remember? We talked about this.
And then you're just like, do I take a bite? Do I just don't eat it? And then you're just like, you're stressing out. And then there's like sweat coming off your face. And then it like turns into like,
Okay. Biggest regret? You got one of those? I mean, this week it sounds like it was buying the world's smallest toy. You hear if you're looking on the video, I'm holding it up.
They are cool, but I just got like the worst out of all of them.
You're right. But other than that, is there one thing that you can think of? I think I've brought this up before, but do you have a regret? No?
Nope.
No share?
Not that I know of right now.
Round trip ticket anywhere. Where are you going to go?
It's either England or Japan.
Okay, fair enough.
Or like LA. New York.
I would go with the ones that's a little further away. Those are expensive tickets. And I got one would you rather, and actually you came up with this one. I don't know if you remember saying this.
Oh, would you, what was it?
Would you rather lose every hair on your body or every photo you have?
Yeah, I asked you that question because I know you like your photos.
Yeah, and so you instantly knew I would go, lose all my hair. I think I'd be okay with that too. Like I'm already, getting a little thin on top.
But that would be your eyebrows too.
Yeah, I'd look like a complete weirdo. But maybe that would be...
people tattoo their eyebrows. Like I know a girl I follow on TikTok. She
got
has
some
a hair
tattoo.
loss disease.
Yeah.
She has a hair loss disease and she has little tattoos that she puts on her.
Yeah, I could do that. I could rock some tattooed eyebrows, That way people could understand my facial expressions, They wouldn't be like, I can't tell if he's mad or looking at me or what.
or if he's just skin and bones.
Right. Okay, so yeah, let's do a little quick digital wellness. We'll do a scroll roll, and then we'll.
I have an excuse. If it's high, I was at a car lot.
Yeah,
for a
you
long
were
time.
at a car lot for 5 hours today.
So
and you were actually pretty good. I know you were probably on your phone a lot, and you were geeking. So like
today, October 14th. No, what day is it today?
It's Friday, bro.
It's 18th. 4 hours and 28 minutes.
That's not too bad. And for some reason, is this right? Is that my average? No, today 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. But apparently 73 unlocks, which seems obsessive, and 56 notifications.
Scroll roll?
Yeah, let's scroll roll it up. We're going to scroll roll on Instagram.
I swear, if I get another ad.
Yeah, that would be weird if you got another ad, man. I'm starting to wonder why you're getting so many ads, but you're a kid and you love geeking on things.
All right,
you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you fall on?
It's between these two. I follow like these Fortnite guys, that do like Fortnite clips, and it's BCC trolling. And this guy, so Fortnite now, you can pick up your teammates and throw them. And this guy just threw his teammate, and someone shot a rocket, and it's called rocket riding.
So,
it's been a thing since like season 3, and you ride on your rocket.
You landed on like a gamer's Instagram where they're just showing a video
and then
clip.
also like it just shows this is a picture of like.
You follow some weird accounts, bro. I fell on my friend Tasha, who we were just talking about. It's a picture of her and her family at Coburg Pizza Company, which is great pizza. And yeah, some beautiful pictures.
Kappa Gamba.
That's
She's in a ball pit.
That's Mia's latest
Why is she
picture.
in a ball pit?
Okay, you want to do open tabs? You got anything weird on there you don't want me to see?
Probably.
Okay. My first open tab is actually it's from CNET.
I have one open tab.
It's about a photographer that caught some really awesome animal drama. Look at this. Look at that picture. I'll put a link in this in the show notes. It's like a groundhog getting scared by like a fox or a marmot is what they're saying. Freaking marmot. It's a marmot. And the second one, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers do a review on the OnePlus 7T, which is a phone that I'm kind of interested in, and that's Marcus Brownlee.
I thought you would be all over the Google Pixel 4.
Yeah, so the Pixel 4 did come out, and I do like elements of it. They've got the 90 hertz refresh screen, which is pretty sweet. Like it's kind of hard to describe how cool it is. You just have to kind of play with it. But this is one of my favorite YouTuber guys right now, MKBHD. He's Marcus Brownlee. All he does is tech reviews, and
if you want tech reviews, I know the perfect guy.
The Unbox Therapy guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so him and the Unbox, they did a collab where they did a walkthrough or behind the scenes with the Unbox Therapy guy. Dude, his studio is freaking nuts.
Unbox Therapy?
Yeah.
I know.
It's nutty. Like I thought about having Uncle David help us build like a little set in the garage for the show, so we don't have to set this up every time. Like we can have this pre-set up in the garage with like a little background, and maybe like a TV behind us.
The only thing I would be worried about is how chilly it would get in there.
Yeah, well, we'll put a little heater in, just to keep us warm, or bundle up. We'll bundle up because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
All right, man. You got any YouTube shout-outs? I guess I just shout out MKBHD.
I looked this
Marcus
up from
Brownlee.
a TikTok, by the way. This is it was a joke. It was like,
what is that?
It was a joke. It's
It's a language it's an AI language translator.
It can do any language in the entire world.
Yeah, so can Google Translate, dude, and that app is free.
I know, but can I tell you something? What happened is there was this really funny TikTok, and I thought it was actually true, and it was like, oh, this is also another one of my open tags. It's Secrets of Windows 93. I'll show you in a second. But anyways, what happened it was like this open tab, and it was this TikTok, and it was like a joke about, it wasn't actually true. It says it can read your thoughts, and it does Google Translate. And then he said, I love you, you are my best friend. And then he shows it to his friend because he said it in a different language. And then it says, frick you, you suck in English. And then he said, whoops, I did the mind reader mode. It It's really funny. And I actually thought I could read minds because that would be cool.
Yeah,
but I
another
can't.
one of my open tabs
So-
was I looked up a John Carpenter movie called They Live, which is an old 1988 sci-fi thriller with what was his name? He's a Roddy Piper. This is actually a pretty good movie. It doesn't hold up because there's a lot of continuity issues with it, but it's hilarious. And if you're a sci-fi geek or just a John Carpenter geek, it's worth watching at least once. And it's called They Live. All right, man. I think that's I'm tapped
to
out.
wrap
I'm
up?
tapping out, bro.
Yeah.
You ready to do a little wubbity lubbity dubbity dubbity?
Yeah, I think we should trademark that.
We can't, dude. Rick and Morty, I'm pretty sure own wubba lubba dub dub.
Yeah, I'll point there.
Okay. Just pulling trash out of your pockets now?
Oh, this is ancient technology.
Yeah.
Stylus for your phone.
Yeah,
by
no
the
one
way.
uses a stylus. Although I'm thinking about going back to a Palm Pilot. Let us know what you think about that. Send me an email. The show email, right where if you're watching on video, I'm pointing to our email here, or could be right here or over there somewhere. But it's the pod nonsense.
Imagine
Send
you
us an email.
edited like when you're pointing up here and then you're pointing it up there and then you're pointing right there.
Yeah, I don't want to edit the video that much, but I think that's it. Thank you for listening, watching. We hope to see you on Pod 13. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we'll have a new set. I don't know. But until then.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Be nice.
Be
Don't
nice, guys.
mean.
Yeah, don't hate.
Don't be a hypocrite.
Just create, don't hate. Send out the love. You know, say hi to someone you don't know and smile. All right? People don't smile enough anymore.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right?
Nobody smiles anymore.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too.
All right. Later, guys.